Secured Entrepreneurs. It's 10 to 3 a.m. It is the first day of the third quarter. How are you making money today? What is your money goal today? We already know that here on this channel, 3 a.m. Shenanigans, we get into spiritual entrepreneurship and money magic, okay? So we respect everybody's spiritual and religious beliefs here. We do not discriminate, okay? Miss Aurorah always encourages everyone who should happen upon these videos to please comment in the comment section, okay? Share everything, any type of books that, because many of you are emailing, okay? So that's how a lot of these topics come up on this channel. And I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. Miss Aurorah had to get up about an hour ago because it was just too hot. And you all know, many of you know that little King David is 16 years old. So he's like 80 years old in dog years. He has dog dementia. Okay, so he's up all night, all right? Now, this thing that I want to get into today is very interesting. This is a book by a young lady named, I believe her name is Tess Whitehurst. I'll put all the information here. But it is Little Guide to Money Magic. Now, what I appreciate about a lot of these books that people come out with is that they have done a great job at giving people the simplistics, like basic things that people can do, non-intimidating things that people can do to put their mind on their financial goal, to keep their mind on what it is that they are expecting or hoping or attempting to achieve financially. Now, many of the secured entrepreneurs who, some of you actually belong to a lot of the masterminds that I belong to. We belong to the same masterminds. Okay, so we share a lot of, I guess you could say, esoteric information, higher level information together. Okay, and so we're doing things that are more advanced and putting those things into practical use and seeing results. So what Ms. Aurorah always tells the secured entrepreneurs is that whatever it is that you are practicing as it relates to your daily life, the rituals in your daily life, it has to work for you. Okay, it has to work for you. So, many of you have said, yeah, I'm up at the same time in the morning. I'm not really understanding why, The reality is, if in fact you're up like Miss Aurorah is up this time in the morning, it's time to get busy. It's time for you to take action. You may not be a person who can go back to sleep because you've got just things that you need to do, because time is the greatest commodity. So if you understand, like Miss Aurorah understands, that this is it for this reality, for you, the way that you are in this reality, in this dimension. Okay, this is it for you. Now, if you choose to come back, if you have no other choice but to come back, because I'm not going to get on reincarnation in this video, okay? Because we could be here for 6 hours on that one, right? However, you as you are right now, this is it. So whatever it is that you're choosing to get into on a daily basis, it has got to yield results in your life. It has got to yield results in your life. So I want to share some of the things that this young lady writes in this book, and I would encourage you to find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's. I'm a fan of Barnes & Noble's books. All of the secured entrepreneurs know that Miss Aurorah is a reader, and I have tons of books, okay? And so that's why I'm able to come here and share a lot of this stuff on this channel, okay? So let's get into this little guide to money magic. So this is everything you need to know, including money spells. Practical Magic Series, Tess Whitehurst. So here's the introduction. Here's the contents. Here's the table of contents right here. Make money your friend. Money is energy. And she's giving you an exercise. Get to know your beliefs about money. Here's another exercise. Change your beliefs about money. Accept and be accepting of money. And then chapter 2, invite money to move in. Create space for money. Wealth drawing floor wash. Wealth drawing kitchen and bathroom cleaner. Make money feel at home. Daily front door ritual. And in the third chapter, keep your mind on your money. Be mindful of money. Master the dynamics of wealth, the power of generosity, the magic of receptivity. And then she has an exercise here. How receptive are you? And then 4, she's got money drawing crystals. How to cleanse a crystal. How to empower a crystal with your intention. Crystals for money magic. And then she's got chapter 5, money drawing botanicals. How to work with plants in your money magic. Herbs for money magic. And then the last chapter, she has money spells and rituals. Spells for improving your money vibration. Spells for calling in more money. Spells for continued financial success. So the part that Miss Aurorah wants to start with is getting to know your beliefs about money, because this is the part that people are not really understanding are the blocks for them. It's what they believe. And what we understand is, yes, money is energy. So we do know that money is energy. Okay, so we are pumping out a vibration all day, every day, as it relates to your money, right? So what it is that you've been believing about money, have you been believing it since you were a child? Did your parents believe the same thing? Are you in a group of people who believe the same thing about money? So for example, Miss Aurorah associates with people, a majority of the people that Miss Aurorah associates with in these groups, we all believe the same thing about money. We all believe that there's far too much of it out here. There's never a time. We're never going to have a situation where we are without money. Now that takes time. That takes time to get there, because many people don't really understand that they have beliefs that are blocking the flow, the currency of money into their own lives. Okay, so let's see what she has to say about your beliefs about money. You have a constellation of beliefs about money that you've picked up throughout your lifetime from your culture, your upbringing, and your experiences. And that constellation of beliefs is shining down on your life, guiding your actions and framing your expectations while defining the ways you use and attract money. Some of those beliefs are serving you. Others are making things more difficult for you. But all of them will bestow clarity and personal power when you bring them into the light of conscious awareness. This exercise will help you do that. Before I offer instructions, I want you to have a heart-to-heart with yourself. Say to yourself something along these lines. I am about to look at some previously hidden beliefs about money. I will not blame or shame myself for anything I uncover in this exercise. I will remember that I have not done anything wrong by holding these beliefs. I simply picked them up as a natural response to what I experienced. I will undertake this exercise with a spirit of curiosity and self-compassion instead of self-punishment. And I will remember that once I make a belief conscious, I am empowered to change it. Now, with notebook and pen in hand, go somewhere quiet where you will not be disturbed. You might like to create an ambient atmosphere by lighting a candle, diffusing some essential oil or lighting some incense, and or playing some relaxing instrumental music. Or you could sit outside where you can see the sky. Sit comfortably with your spine straight in a natural, relaxed way. Close your eyes and take some deep conscious breaths. Then allow your breathing to be natural. But place your awareness on your breathing so that you notice your inhale, your exhale, and the space between the breath. When your mind feels clear and your body is relaxed, respond to the following journal prompts. Think of your parents or your primary caregivers. What was their relationship with money like? What financial behaviors and expectations did they model for you? What did you observe? Did they always have money? Rarely have money? Often worry about money? Or never speak about money? Did they compare their financial situation to that of others? How did that make you feel? Number 2, did your parents or caregivers verbally teach you anything about money, such as money always comes to you when you need it? There's never enough money. People listen to you when you have money, or everyone I know is in debt. If there were other adults, such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, or family friends, you looked up to or spent a lot of time with as a child, what did they teach you about money, verbally or non-verbally? Take a moment to look over what you've written in response to the first 3 questions. What beliefs did you learn from these adults and adopt as your own? Some of them will probably be positive, while others will be negative. Others might be neutral. Write down any beliefs you've been holding on to as a result of your upbringing. Now consider the community you grew up in. Was it wealthy, impoverished, somewhere in between? What expectations did you adopt as a result of what you observed as a child about money, wealth, and status? What beliefs did you adopt as a result? Here's number 6. Was there anything you saw on television or online as a child or adolescent that shaped your view of wealth and finances? Was there anything you read? What did you see or read? It could be fiction or nonfiction. And what beliefs did you adopt in response? Take a moment now to think about your adult relationship with money. What has it been like? What have you experienced? And what beliefs have you adopted as a result? Do you believe you deserve money? Why or why not? Do you believe money is easy to attract? Why or why not? What was your feelings about the energy of money? Did you feel suspicious of money? Worried about it, excited about it, energized by it? Why? Go through everything you've written and assemble a list of your beliefs about money. Don't worry about writing a negative statement, such as money is always in short supply. As I've mentioned, once you become conscious of your beliefs about money, you become empowered to change them. And in a moment, we'll begin to do just that. But first, you have to get honest and write down your current beliefs. To leave no stone unturned, take a look at the following beliefs about money and see if any of them are true for you. If they are, add them to your list. Feel free to rephrase any of them to make them more accurate for you. Please note that you may discover that you hold beliefs that contradict each other, such as, I would be happy if I had more money, and rich people are unhappy. So here we go. I will probably always make a certain amount of money or be in a certain income bracket. I deserve or am entitled to wealth. I do not deserve or I am not entitled to wealth. I deserve or am entitled to a certain amount of wealth, but not more. Rich people are blank. Fill in the blank. Happy, grumpy, smart, snobby, dishonest, lonely, stressed, etc. Poor people are fill in the blank. Lazy, happy, carefree, dumb, honest, morally superior, etc. I don't feel comfortable with people who are wealthier than I am. I don't feel comfortable with people who are less wealthy than I am. If I had more money, I would be stressed. I may not be rich, but I'm honest. Wanting money is shameful. I would be greedy if I wanted more than I already have. Rich people will always be rich and poor people will always be poor. There is always someone trying to trick you out of your money. I will always come out ahead. When I need money, money always comes to me. When I need money, things always seem to get worse. The system is stacked against me. I'll never learn the secrets to being rich. Think for just a little while longer about any beliefs about money that you might have left out. Write them down. Now, when you look over your list, would you say these beliefs about money have proven to be true in your life? Most often the answer will be mostly or completely yes. This is partly because you formed beliefs based on the circumstances you experienced and observed while growing up. So if you were born into a middle-class family, for example, you experienced a certain degree of economic opportunity, which shaped your continued life experience to some extent. But it's also because the energy of money is malleable. We look for proof of what we consciously or unconsciously think we know about it. And then we find that proof. That's why changing your beliefs about money is the most powerful way to change your experience of money. Good entrepreneurs, comment below which one of those beliefs you have actually been carrying all of your life. Some of these things, I know that many people would have at least 5 of those things on the list that they're saying, or they have been believing subconsciously, they heard being said as they were growing up, they hear today, okay? Comment below what those are. Now, here's a great exercise that she puts in there so that you can start changing these beliefs. Change your beliefs about money. Now that you've become clear on your primary beliefs about money, you can begin to change the ones that aren't as empowering as you'd like. You can do this in the same session as the previous exercise, or you can do it later. If you do it later, remember to begin by creating a relaxing ambience and taking some deep breaths, as you did before. Also, remember to be kind to yourself. Approach this exercise with curiosity and self-compassion, not judgment. So here we go. First, take a look at your beliefs about money and separate them into 2 lists. Beliefs you want to keep and beliefs you want to change. Beliefs like people enjoy giving me money, or I deserve to have a high-paying job I love, can go on the list of beliefs you want to keep. While beliefs like there's always a shortage of money and I have to do things I don't like to make money can go on the list of beliefs you want to change. Judgy beliefs like rich people are unhappy or poor people are lazy can also go on the list of beliefs you want to change. First, because they are not universally true, and second, because such beliefs will perpetuate judgment and therefore blocks around money and income. Start with the first belief you want to change and see if you can think of exceptions to it. Have you known or observed anyone who did not find this belief to be true? For example, if the belief is money is always in short supply, it's certain that you can find examples of public figures for whom this is not true. And you may even be able to think of some people you know for whom it is not true. If it's not true for them, then why does it need to be true for you? In some cases, you may have an answer to this, such as, well, they were born into money and never had to work for it. Okay, then think of someone else who wasn't born into money and still has a lot of it. There are plenty of examples if you look for them. Feel free to do an online search if it helps. You may also be able to locate times in your life that prove your belief doesn't need to be true. For example, if your belief is, I have to do things I don't like to make money, then you may recall a certain job you had in the past that you enjoyed. Keep questioning your belief until you realize that it doesn't actually need to be true for you. You don't need to change the belief yet, but just chip away at it enough so you can admit that it isn't an absolute truth. Once you've undermined the unwanted belief somewhat, rewrite it. Money is always in short supply. Could become money is always available to me, or there is always the potential for an abundance of money to flow in. You don't have to change the belief to its opposite. For example, money is always flowing to me in abundance, unless that feels true to you. Just change it to something believable that is more empowering than the original belief. Then move on to the next belief and repeat the process. Depending on how many beliefs you have on your list, you may need to stop this exercise and come back to it at intervals. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once, but do keep showing up regularly until you've questioned and rewritten every belief you want to change. Then add the rewritten beliefs to your list of beliefs you want to keep. Now, the daily front door ritual is one that I thought was very fascinating, that this young lady would suggest it in this book. And I think that it's actually going to change the vibration that many people have if they were to do this front door ritual. So this is the daily front door ritual. First, I stand on the threshold of my front door. So I'm half in and half out of my home. Then I open my arms, look out at the world and say, I awaken, activate, and align to the vibration of prosperity within myself and my life. I am a master manifester, and I now invite in my endless good. Next, I step just outside my front door and repeat the affirmation. Finally, I step just inside the door and repeat the affirmation one more time. If you want to do the ritual, but you're worried about what the neighbors will think, you can just think the affirmation instead of saying it aloud and behave as if you're just stepping out for a minute to get a feel for the weather. Now, here's what Miss Aurorah has to say about that particular ritual. As I stated previously, I appreciate the fact that Miss Tess Whitehurst has simplified a lot of the things in this book. And I'm telling you, it's a good read. I do appreciate everything that she has put into this book, and I think it's great. We all know here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement that Miss Aurorah is going to deal with the spirit behind all of these things. Now, so to our Christian friends who have studied the Bible, the King James Version of the Bible, the many versions of the King James Version of the Bible, and we understand it metaphysically, okay, we understand that it is an allegory, we understand that the book was never meant to be taken literally, okay, please do not be offended if that's not you, but this is where Miss Aurorah is coming from, right? We understand that in that book, the entity that is being referenced in that book has only ever been referenced in comparison with the spirit of mammon. So we know that as the spirit of money, the spirit of currency, and we know that that is threefold. That is a threefold spirit, okay? I'm not going to go deep in this video. Now, all of the VIPs, we get into all of these discussions, okay? And when I tell you that it removes so many energetic blocks, and the testimonies are outrageous as to how now your business, these individuals, after we have these conversations and we go through relieving, ourselves of certain beliefs and the blocks just lift, because these are the energies that have been weighing your ideas down, that have been weighing down your ability to receive the type of currency that you need to do the work that you're here to do for the world via your business, right? So when I read the front door ritual, I said, wow, that's interesting that the young lady did not first usher out the financial hindering spirits that are chilling in your place. Okay. So if I were to do the front door ritual, first of all, we're going to ask some energies to get to stepping. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to let them know that at one time they may have been welcomed, and hey, I appreciate that you was helping me out. However, I thought I was being helped out. Okay. But at this juncture, it is time for you to leave. Okay. That's like the first thing that I would do. I would be getting rid of the hindering spirits that are really holding me back from receiving the finances. Right. So after I usher those suckers out, now I'm going to do the welcoming in of the prosperity, of the abundance. We're going to call in the angels of light, as they actually, like I'm saying, we really know that they are angels of light, right? We're going to usher all that energy in. And throughout the day, this is what's on my mind. This is what's on my mind. She has a chapter, as I read to you in the table of contents, having your money on your mind, right? Because after I go through all of that, don't you know that those energies have really come into your home? Let us not be fooled. This is not, some kindergarten knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone stuff that the young lady is sharing in this book. These are things that you're actually going to activate with your energy. Okay, so you're standing at the front door having an energetic exchange. And what do we know about the doors? They're portals, right? So if I'm going to do this front door ritual, I'm first, okay, I'm cleaning out. Everybody got to go. Thank you. Okay, have a blessed life. And then I'm going to fill myself with the energy and ask for the angels of light to be around me. And like I said, I'm going to keep it in my mind all day. I'm going to hold, a lot of people say, you hold the door for 17 seconds. Okay. So you can't have ADHD to even do that. But this is beyond a 17-second play in your mind. This is now, I'm truly seeing it. My third eye. Okay. As people like to say, but we know that it's truly the single eye. Your scripture says, if your eye be single, okay? So now I'm seeing everything that I stood at that door and invited in. I'm seeing this stuff go to work for me, okay? And I'm talking, some people are going to be better at the daily goal, okay? After you master the daily goal, and I'm talking, okay, Miss Aurorah did a video before where I said, okay, can you sell $150 worth of products today? Can you sell one consultation today? Whatever that is. Okay. Can you make that happen today? Can you start there? Can you manifest that today? Right. So if you're really a person that you haven't really put these practical things into use as it relates to your money making every day, because we know in business, some days are going to be better than others. Some months are going to be better than others, and if you understand currency correctly, you're not ever going to say, well, this week I did this month I did that. Your time is really more, this year, this might be it. This might be this amount this year. But because of the things I put in place this year, I know that next year I'm going to be, over here financially. You're never really going off of an hourly, a monthly, a quarterly. Like, you're really not doing that. Your whole financial scope is what's going on this year? What's going on next year? What are the things that I'm doing right now to reach that goal for this year? Like, that's really what it is, right? But some of us are not there yet. So we have to really focus on what's going on today. Can I get through this day? Give us this day our daily bread. Give me this day my daily resources. Okay, give me this day my daily peace. Give me this day my daily joy. Okay, let this thing happen today, because we know that tomorrow's not promised. So, hello. Now I got this thing in my mind all day. This is where I'm at all day in my mind. So as I'm putting in the physical action, these things that I just stood at that door talking about, okay, there's no choice. The universe has no choice but to deliver unto me what I stood at that front door and started talking so much trash about, okay? Because Miss Aurorah will do it, all right? Because we all know that we are dealing with some external things. There's always going to be an external force that is preventing us from doing something. Okay, so if you're not the person who has the willpower, if you're not the person who is internally motivated, if you're not the person who is, thoroughly inspired, you're not going to be able to be consistent. You're not going to be able to do that. So you have to now have it within yourself to say, okay, I'm coming out of this. And the way I'm coming out of the stagnation is, like I'm saying, I'm going to follow the steps. First, I'm going to acknowledge that there's things that I need to get rid of, point blank. Okay. And then I'm going to usher in the things that I know I need, because I got some goals. I got some endeavors. I need things to work because I'm at service. Now, if I'm at service, then I need to be assisted because I'm in service. And all of the things that you need to help you get to this goal is now going to come rushing in. We know this to be a bona fide truth. So let us not play these games at the start of the third quarter. Okay. Now, if you like some of the things that this young lady is talking about, I would encourage you, and Miss Aurorah doesn't get any endorsements or no pay or nothing like that when I read these books up here. Okay, you can find it on Amazon, like I said. You can go to Barnes and Nobles, like I said. But I think that it's a great read when she gets into the crystals and all of that. Now, I'm a person that I have kept all of these things, like a lot of things in the book. When I was a neophyte, I did all of those things. Okay. Once you become advanced, the surface level things are really not going to work for you, because you've learned how to harness the energy that you need to begin to make things work. The connections are going to come in. The products that you need are going to come in. The things that you need will just begin to flow to you. And if you stay focused, then you won't squander. You won't squander monies. You won't squander opportunities with the right people. Okay? Because that's another thing that has to do with the money. The money is going to come through people, whether you like it or not. So you can't be like, oh, I stopped doing this because I don't like people. Like I had a young lady tell me that she didn't like people. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot, because if you're going on a job, you're working around people. You're expecting somebody to write you a check for your labor. Like we have to start monitoring what it is that we're thinking, and then what it is that we're saying, because we even had the thought. Okay. So that's what Miss Aurorah wants to share in this morning's 3 a.m. Shenanigans. Okay. Like I said, please comment below, subscribe to the channel, because we had to separate. We're on 3 a.m. Shenanigans. I think it's 3 a.m. Shenanigans Aurorah Dey. I think that's what this channel is, okay? But if you want to talk about get into what we're going to talk about today on the main channel, that's Aurorah Dey. If you are a entrepreneur, if you're a secured entrepreneur woman, ages 50 and up, then we got the Secured Entrepreneur Woman 50 Plus channel, okay? For all of the ladies who were emailing about, hey, there got to be something going on, because I see that Social Security is not going to cut it. The cost of living keeps rising. And there's many of you who are saying you're really not interested in that whole traveling abroad. You want to have a stable place, but you don't want to have to be struggling and stressed out about it, because you've been there, done that. Okay, you can go to Secured Entrepreneur Woman 50 Plus. Okay, I believe that's what YouTube allowed us to get. And many of you know Miss Aurorah wears Invisalign, so sometimes it's hard for me to get it out. Okay, so you all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDeyConsulting.com. And until next time,